Hi everyone! I don't know if this is going to be a super long reading, but I think it will be potent. I'm just going to turn my AC on for a second here. Sorry. So I saw a hawk this morning, world, and it did give me an omen. I said, Spirit, I need a sign, give me a sign. And literally within 10 minutes, I saw this. I said, I want something overt and that I would not be able to dismiss as not being a sign. That's how I talk to source, God, or energy. I was like, give me a sign, Spirit, like right now. I need some sort of info here. I want a direct hit, is what I said. And they were like, all right, we got you, bitch. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. They were like, it felt like they were calling me a bitch when they did it. They were like, oh, you like questioning our power? Because immediately no, it was like quicker than that. It was like 5 minutes. I saw this hawk jump down into a river, grab a fish in its mouth and fly away with it. And I think that is, in my interpretation, it's a symbol of being able to snatch an opportunity. I'm talking kind of loud because I'm just making sure you can hear me. I don't have a microphone. I don't have my shit together. But yeah, so like there's an opportunity coming up, and kind of like I had to wait for this reading. All day I was like trying to film it, trying to do this, and then not liking what I was saying, and then like whatever, and then suddenly something just like snapped in, and I was like, okay, I can do the reading now. But I'm seeing like that with this opportunity. It's like, I think you've been trying, you've been like, where is the freaking fish? Where's my fish? And you've been like, or maybe you've been like hunched over or something. Like, it's almost like I'm getting like watching a pot boil. You know, a watched pot won't boil. So, yeah, it's, and the fish can be also our subconscious and releasing resistance to that opportunity, like just letting it come to us. And life and death, Pisces is relating to the fish. So maybe some choices here that you're like making, that you're like really ready for this change and you're just looking for that right opportunity. And I do feel that it's going to come. And I think it has to do with doing some investigative research. Pisces can be a very investigative sign. It's opposite Virgo, which is a sign of relating to information. So there can be like a lot of Pisces who are really good at like researching stuff, actually. I wouldn't think that, but being opposite Virgo, they can have a knack for data, or like, numbers, or like fine, even like health data, sciences could be like a career for them. Okay, sorry, but like, because it's detail oriented. So yeah, there may be like some research that you have to do, like fact-based research about this like change you want to make to grab that opportunity. And I don't know what that is right now. Like it may involve the internet, like where do I want to live? What do I want to do? What kind of situation do I want to have? And believe that it can happen. With the fish, I'm just honing in on the relationship to Pisces, that the Pisces is about imagining what we want and then creating it. It's like, I've seen a lot of Pisces imagine something and then let it come into existence, and it's been amazing to watch because I have a lot of resistance to that kind of thought, even though I'm ironically in the Pisces part of Scorpio. Because if you don't know, every month is chopped up into like parts, like types of the sign. So I'm a Pisces Scorpio, so you can look up what that means. I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, I'm just trying to make best of use of our time here. Also, the hawk is about higher calling. This is about swift communication. I'm getting an energy of somebody who, like, you are in a place now in your life where it's like, see something, say something. It's like they say that in like certain subways in certain cities. Like, if you see something that looks sketch, you're just like, oh, this isn't right. And you're like that because you've been through some situations where you didn't say anything. And now you're thinking also the value of silence in your life, with certain people and situations, and with sovereignty. Like, I feel that you, because, you know, the 5 can be communication and change, and then just the Hierophant is spiritual sovereignty. I think that you're like silencing people. I mean, not, I don't know if you're really, maybe you have been forced to give some people to get them off, but I don't see that as a silent treatment. I see that as like true choices to like live not in stress, because I feel that your nervous system was being affected by certain situations. So this is about the opportunity that is relating to the higher calling and the subconscious. It's already there in your subconscious. You have to imagine it and create it. You have to research it. But since this is reversed, this is like massive abundance. Like, I think you just, you know, Abraham Hicks says that like when we are in a dark time or like a tough place, we're putting rockets of desire out for like more good things to come to us. Basically the opposite of what we're experiencing. We're like, you know, gee, this would be way better than this. And I want to tell you that this is going to be coming to you. Like, you have to open your mind that it may not be in the way you think. It may not be in the timeline you think, but you have to believe it and create it. This is strong energy. This is definitely channeling somebody that I know, because this is not me. Okay, Page of Pentacles. This is just, again, this is financial opportunity, to be more clear. So you could be like a business owner and there's like an opportunity to like merge, or like, I don't know, like, maybe you're in stocks and like, I don't think we got many stockbrokers here, but could be, and you just like see this great opportunity and you're like, oh, let me just jump on that, you know? Or even maybe you're like in real estate and you're like, oh, this is a great investment opportunity. Like, this is the best opportunity. I'm just hearing that word again and again, opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Right. So the energy is really cooking now. I'm feeling like you are just like a force to be reckoned with. I actually recommend some running right now. Like, specifically, you might even just go a short distance. Like, you might be like a walker or a hiker, and you might just be like, I'm gonna run to there. Because honestly, just to get your blood pressure going and your heart rate up, so that you can get the blood flow a little bit more pumping a little more quickly. You don't even have to go for a full run, but I want you to get the heart rate elevated so you can feel this like energy, because right now I think it's a little stagnant, but it's there, and it's just like running even a little short distance. It brings that that energy, that intensity, that sweat, that vigorous feeling. And once you have that going, you're gonna feel how you do have so much intensity, and just like you have so much ready to go at your fingertips, and it's just, you just have to find the right place to put it. Just Spirit saying like, you just have to find like the right bowl for your pasta. I don't know what that means. Maybe you like pasta. Maybe there's a certain bowl that's your special bowl, and that's talking to somebody specific. Like, you have to find like the right vessel for your energy to be funneled to create this experience. And I also think it has to do a lot with shutting up your stupid head is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Like, yeah, okay, the person who's watching has a lot of negative self-talk. They're like, oh my god, this will never change. Oh my god, this happened. Oh my god, this bad thing happened. It's like, screw the past, screw right now, screw what's happening. This future is gonna be something different, okay? That's what I'm seeing. It's like, it's not what you thought. In terms of what you're thinking right now, you're thinking doom thoughts. Like, I don't know why. It's like, I know you have somebody who's watching with trauma, but it's like, sorry, sometimes when I get the channeling going, I really do start like repeating myself like Rain Man. But Ace of Cups. So you've been blocked. I think I tried to put these away. I'm gonna put them away. Yeah, let me just like look at the energy of you, because it says that you're blocked, but it's also the energy of the read is that there's a lot of intensity, and like you're like rearing to go with something. Could also be like a person, like a relationship, or like a new place to live, or just like a new situation. Yeah, I'll do some imagery and then I'll close. Kind of an intense read. I'm seeing runners because I talked about that, but that's sort of just on my mind. I'm seeing medals. Like, I think that you feel like you've been through something that's intense, that you deserve a medal. You're like, I deserve a freaking medal for this situation. And it may be something that like others don't know about, you know? You're like, wow, this is like a marathon of a situation. It could be a health situation. You know, like sometimes people have to go through chemo like a million times. Just so you know, I have alopecia, I don't have chemo, but I mean, I'm not talking as if I know how hard that is what I'm trying to say. Like, because I haven't experienced that. But, you know, there may be some situation where you're just like, when is this gonna end? And also like, I've been through so much, and when am I gonna get like a reward for this? Or like, when am I gonna see the other side of the coin? When's the universe gonna like give me a break here? You know? And I'm seeing that break is coming, and you're also creating it because you know what? Things get worn down. Situations get worn down. I don't know why. Okay, Spirit's showing me like, since we talked about plates or cups, or we're talking about bowls, right? I said they're possible. I'm thinking of like just plates from like ancient times, like I don't know, like Mesopotamia, or like I was thinking of like when I went to Shakespeare's house when I was young, and they had like these two replicas of what their plates were like, and they were like, everyone just had one plate, and it was like your plate, and I was like, wow, that sucks. Why am I saying that? Because like, yeah, I think that so some plates last a long time with archaeology because of like how they're or anthropology, because of how they're like made, right? Like you might find a plate that's like fully intact because it's like made of like a certain stoneware that's like really durable, and it's also packaged the way it was like you know, maybe it was in a tomb where it was like able to be maintained. Other plates might not last. If we find a plate now from like the 1600s or 1400s in the dirt, it might be in sediment, and it might be mushy, and it might like not be able to be seen as a bowl and used. Okay, I'm waiting for the relevance here. Okay, so you may be trying to use an old freaking bowl for the way you're channeling. Huh, wow, I didn't even see that coming. So you're like, oh, this is how I used to get money or love or life. This is how life used to flow for me. And you're like, why isn't it working in the same bowl? And it's like, that bowl is broken now. You need a new bowl. And I don't know like how you're gonna find that, but you have to first imagine it, okay? Is the main thing. Because I think we're on step one right here. I think we're on step one of Abraham Hicks' process, which is we're in contrast. And it's like, what do we want to change? You know? And then step two is imagine, and step three is create, and guided by spirit, you know, letting spirit let the grid fill in is what happens. So yeah, step one is kind of not the worst step. It's like, okay, here we are, we're in this place of contrast is what I'm feeling from the viewer. And in terms of getting a new bowl to put your spaghetti in, yeah, you're not going to use some old bowl from like 20 years ago. Like, F that bowl. Throw it away, okay? And yeah, feeling like that's the reading. I am channeling the numbers 292, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 4, so that's about stability. And it does relate to the sign of Aquarius and the planet of Uranus. It's about sudden change. And as I said before, Uranus just went to Gemini, so we really did have a sudden change with that. Yeah. I'm also channeling just like the color blue, like a really light blue, like a pale blue. I think that there's like maybe some light thought of, maybe there's like some communication, like light communication, or light, or maybe just you've been passive and about some things that you could have been. I'm seeing like peacefulness, okay, with the blue, okay, and like positive communication. I don't know who that's with. And I'm not saying there has been negative communication, but it sounds like you've been a little bit frozen emotionally. So this is a good thing. And then the last thing I'm seeing is just a circle. A circle. The circle can be about the divine. So that's kind of what I'm asking, is that I think you're trying so hard to like make it work in your mind the way you know how. But we have to, yeah, use your mind, but like also allow for signs, allow for luck, allow for fate, allow for life to surprise you. And don't give up. Don't ever give up on, you know, your dreams. That's what relates to the sign of Pisces, is our dreams, our hopes, our imagination, which I'm relating here because I saw the fish being caught. Unfortunately, fish does relate to the sign of Pisces, does teach us about death. So I saw a death this morning, but it's the circle. Okay, the circle of life and death. That's why I got the circle. Whereas the square would be about Earth and just sort of like ancient symbology. So yeah, I would like you to allow a little room for magic, which is something I say, and allow, you know, I'm also hearing keep fun in your heart, which I know is directly channeled from someone very special in my past, who is no longer with us. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day.